Welcome back to my channel. This is Dave. Okay, the X-ray. This poem is called Open Portal Door. Now, when I was a child, I lived in Ohio. We moved away when I was 10. The funny thing is, I do remember certain things back in the 50s. And I remember my grandmother and my grandfather's house seeming really, really big. They had big white columns. The house was white. Everything seemed so large back then, to me. I can barely remember what the inside of the house looked like, but I have some memories of big picnics, tall grass, an old barn that had a lawnmower in it. Our relatives kind of lived pretty close by. I think my aunts lived pretty close by there, and we used to be able to walk through the tall grass to get over to her house. Later, as I grew up, and we would go back to Ohio every few years, and the house seemed smaller and smaller as I got older and bigger. So it's peculiar, when you're a child and you look at things through a child's eyes, and everything seems so much larger. And also, I used to look at the clouds, as again, in one of my other poems, I talk about that, and the fireflies would flitter around and glow. It was really neat. It was kind of magical, until we moved away in 1960. Anyway, I would go back in my mind at times and visit with my grandmother's house in my mind, and pretty much as the child that I was prior to moving away. And anyway, this is what this poem is about, is trying to reconcile those memories. We don't have many photos from back then. My mother and father have now passed on as well, so we don't have many photos of his parents' house. So anyway, this is about that. That's about reminiscing. Open portal door. Black and white reflections, images of childhood dreams, traveling back years into time, recalling people and places I've seen. It's a journey I take every now and then, a refuge from my current stressful life. As I recall my carefree youthful years, a pocketful of marbles, a nickel, and a knife. I ran through fields of tall, swaying grass that stood higher than my head, played hide and seek for hours on end, until it was time for bed. I see large family reunions on the 4th of July. Everyone was there. The wood picnic bench, my old black dog, the smell of freshly mowed grass wafting in the air. And there's the big white house with the circular drive, my grandma, grandpa, an uncle, and an aunt. There's my brothers, sisters, and cousins, too. Oh, how I long for those times we spent. Many years have passed, and I must face at last the trials of my burdened adult years. For things have changed. They are not the same when I was free of pressure, stress, and fears. Now, I've heard it said, you can never go back to the way it was before. Well, I disagree, for back in time I'll flee through my mind's open portal door. 1998. Thank you.